dating at the time got pregnant.
What?
I wasn't too sure if it was mine because she was still talking to her ex.
Bro, that's crazy, man. Get the heck away from people like that, man. Run away. Hey guys, I'm Bryson here, and today we're gonna take a look at SnewJ and how this guy went from being broke to being a millionaire. Now, am I gonna be honest here? The answer is yes, as always. Do I know who this guy is? The answer is no, honestly. However, this is the first video ever I'm watching of his. I was on YouTube, got recommended it, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch this video with my subscribers and find out exactly what is going on here, how he became a millionaire, what his whole process is like, what he has, what he doesn't have. Just go over everything, okay? And by the way, having a fancy car in a thumbnail does not mean you're rich. Having a Lamborghini does not mean you're rich, you know? Being wealthy to me means basically you have more passive income coming in than you have expenses, okay? And you also have a paid off home. You have no crazy debts. You have an emergency fund. That is what freedom is to me. However, though, let's find out exactly how this guy right here became a millionaire. If you guys are new here, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notified. And on top of that, also destroy the like button, okay? Comment down below, by the way. Did you guys notice that basically YouTube took away the dislike button? Like, it's still there, but it doesn't show the number to the dislike button anymore. Which is weird because when I watch tutorial videos, like, I don't know if I'm gonna get scammed or not scammed, you know, because the dislike ratio is just, you can't see it anymore. However, let's watch this video right here and find out what is going on.
What's good, guys? My name is SnewJ. For the ones that are new to the channel, welcome.
SnewJ? I thought it was SnewJ.
I wanted to do a little different style video.
So this guy is, you know, I always notice like the dumbest things that people usually don't notice. But this is like, I think it's like a storage locker place. If you have a storage locker and it's not for business or anything crazy, a lot of the times you gotta get rid of that stuff, man. People have too much stuff that they're actually hoarding and they don't need. Get rid of that stuff.
More of a story time, how I was able to obtain this beautiful Lamborghini Huracan.
By the way, let's talk about the Lamborghini Huracan. Is it a nice car? The answer is yes. How do you get inside of it? Till this day, I'm trying to figure it out, okay? It's a very small car. However, though, the big thing is, you know, a car like this might cost, for example, $250,000. Let's say like $250,000, right? You can get a loan or lease it for like $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 per month. So a lot of the times, it's not about the car you have, but it's also knowing, did you buy this car for cash? Can you afford this car for cash? Do you have, for example, a paid off home? There's a lot of other factors, okay? These are more like just like little badges of wealth, but they might not actually be signs of wealth, might be signs of not good spending, honestly.
Evil, my dream car, absolutely amazing.
What is your dream car, by the way, guys? Comment down below, let me know. I think my dream car, if I had to pick, would be a Kia Stinger, GT4, or a Mercedes AMG. As you can tell, I don't really know that much about cars. But I'm fine right now with my Toyota for the next 5 to 6 to even longer. And then once I'm just like, there, I'll buy this car because I can just buy it for cash or whatever I want to do.
I kind of wanted to share my story, how I was able to go from a 2000 Honda Accord with 300,000 miles on it.
300,000 miles. You know, to me, that is impressive, man. Those cars, man, they run forever. They run forever.
To this baby right here, Lamborghini Huracan Evo, brand new. I feel like if I share my
brand new, but do you own it though? That's the thing I want to know. Did you pay for this thing in cash? Is it a lease? Is it finance? Do you have a paid off home? Do you have no debt? What's going on here? You know, there's a lot more factors here than just like a fancy car. You know, that's what I want to say
story,
here.
A lot of you guys will be able to relate to me. There was a lot of struggle. There was a lot of obstacles I had to get through and face.
Okay, obstacles. Sounds like Mario. Let's hear it.
I still feel like I'm nowhere near where I need to be in my life. I'm still evolving. I'm still learning. I'm still growing every day.
I think life is fairly simple. You have categories: health, wealth, love, and happiness. And the categories are, you know, health-wise. Are you fit? Do you feel healthy? Yeah, I'm good. Are you working towards wealth the correct way, like actual financial freedom? That's like you can quantify that, you know? That's quantifiable. It's not really like a feeling. So it's good to put a number on these things and really quantify what wealth means to you. And then everything else, as far as like evolving and experiences, it all falls under, for example, like love and happiness, honestly. And that's just different, you know? That keeps changing and changing. But health and wealth, those are quantifiable things.
It's a checkpoint of my life. You feel me? It's like a reward. I even got my own custom-made wheels.
This stuff is expensive, man. This stuff is expensive.
What do you even thought? With my clothing brand logo right there, no.
Oh, so this guy has a clothing brand.
Nice. SnewJ brake calipers, custom made. Forged carbon wing.
Ooh, I think I customized like Lamborghinis before, guys. You know, like who all do we go on these websites? We customize our dream cars and so on. And I think just to like add that like that whole carbon thing, fiber thing is like an extra $1,500 to $3,000. These little things are no joke, man.
Full titanium exhaust, Rift exhaust. Shout out to them. Look at that. A lot of y'all don't know what it took to get to this position where I was able to afford something like this.
Let's hear it.
And I feel like this story is important to share because a lot of you guys will get to know me in a different level and know my come up.
By the way, I checked out this guy's. This is my first video ever, by the way, watching, and it looks like he has like a kind of like a prank with vlog family channel. It's like this mix, and he also has like a clothing brand. I'm just hearing about this.
And know that it is possible to have and get and obtain anything you want in this life. You just gotta put in the work. You gotta put yourself in these uncomfortable positions. Really just grow. Really just know yourself.
Okay. I want to hear like some stuff.
And don't limit yourself. You gotta do things that other people aren't willing to do to get.
Oh, very well said. You got to do what the average person won't do or is not willing to do to actually, you know, I think this whole idea comes from a book. The book is, people don't really know this, but it comes from a book. It's called As a Man Thinketh. And it talks about, you know, whatever you want to achieve in life. If you want to achieve very little, you sacrifice very little. If you want to achieve a lot, you got to sacrifice a lot. But you have a lot of people out there that honestly, they want to achieve the most in the world, but they're not willing to sacrifice anything. Everything comes with a sacrifice, honestly. Everything has a sacrifice attached to it.
Get the things you've never had before. Let me share a story of exactly how I went from a 2000 Honda Accord with 300,000 miles on it to this baby right here. So here.
Did I restart this video? Oh no, he's still getting to it. Okay. Oh my God.
Here's how the story starts. Okay. It all started in college. Okay. I had a 2000 Honda Accord with 300,000 miles on it. Loved the car. Was always there.
By the way, there's no problem with having like a car like of that stature or whatever. It's just point A to point B. It's
for me. Never let me down. Driving through the streets of San Bernardino with those potholes, always popping my tires. But other than that,
yeah, it sucks.
It was always there for me. Went to college full time. Worked at Planet Fitness full time. If you guys didn't know.
Oh, Planet Fitness, man, full time. Sounds like a very good story, man. You know why? Because it's more like you're in college trying to get a skill. You get in side hustles and so on to try to make, well, jobs also to increase your income. He should have filmed this video inside of the Lambo once he showed it to just, for example, to get rid of this entire like wind noise. And
me and my sister shared an apartment, and it wasn't always easy because we were broke as, you know, we were trying to figure out what we're gonna do in our
Okay.
life. My sister Trisha, she's been in my videos. You guys know who she is. She's a year younger than me. We were just kids trying to figure it out.
I wonder why they moved out though. Is it because they had to or because they just wanted to? A lot of the times it's not the best idea to just move out initially. You know what I mean? You want to just like stay at home while you get this whatever you're trying to get. And then once you graduate, you got that skill, but you graduated debt free, then you can go ahead and do that. This whole idea of like move out once you're 18 is not the best idea ever, you know? Not the best idea. Or if we do that, right, make sure you just rent a room, not a whole apartment. You know what I mean? A lot of times we have this idea, concept that, well, if there's two people and we split the rent, that means we're better off. No, because if that person goes away, you'll be screwed over. And on top of that, renting a room is just a lot more savvy because initially, what do you actually need? It's just a room, right? You pay $150 a week. That's New York prices, honestly, but maybe like $400 a month, honestly, $500 a month, and then you're good to go.
In the system, in the school system, not knowing exactly what I want to be, because I honestly wanted to be a professional basketball player. I honestly legit wanted to play pro hoops overseas, but my body was too injury prone. You feel me? It was even crazy because like we were living in this apartment, right? And this is how I got really good at budgeting my money because our rent was $1,000. You feel me? And then we split that.
Yeah, see what I'm saying, guys? The whole split process.
And we still had some money left. And then on top of that, we had food stamps. So we would get like $200 a month, $300 a month. But we would.
Yo, I never knew I could get food stamps in college, bro. Like, what a missed opportunity.
Budgeted. I've always felt like I've been very good at managing my money. There was even times at work like I had to steal the toilet paper, bro. I would take toilet paper from Planet Fitness, and to Farouk, my old boss, if you're watching, you already know, I'm sorry, but
you gotta do what you gotta do, man. It's interesting, man. It's so interesting. a lot of the times, like, think, okay, say he just rented a room, right? Saved more money, honestly, right? He got maybe like he's going to college. He has 2 jobs. Like, this is a great story, but so like that wouldn't have to be necessary. You know, that what I'm trying to do is not try and negate his story, but also let you know that you don't got to go through this stuff right here. You know what I mean? Because people think like, I got to go through what he went through. I'm gonna steal my toilet paper. You don't got to do this stuff. You know, it's a great story, but you don't got to do this.
Kid was broke. I even took Gatorades, you know, and muscle milks and drinks, and I would bring it
It's stealing.
home. And with the food stamps too, like, you know, we would 40-50 bucks a week on groceries at Walmart. We were eating, we were grinding, you know, going to school full time.
$50 a week. My budget is $200 a month for groceries. I think the problem is when you don't get it all at once. You know, that's the big problem there. But that's not that bad. You know, $200 a month on groceries is not that bad. That's a lot of rice, a lot of beans, a lot of chicken. Just you can't shop like a kid anymore. That's the main thing. So the thing is, right, you're not eating out and so on and so on. And it's not about eating noodles, right? That's a lot of noodles, honestly, right? But it's about buying, you know, like good groceries, like as an adult.
Working full time at Planet Fitness. Knew I wasn't gonna be playing basketball professionally, you know, even though I wanted to, because my body could not do it. You know, I was too injury prone, bro. Herniated disc, bulged disc. I cannot play at that professional level. So I'm like,
that's crazy. You know, pivoting is very important. I think The Rock went through this whole process also when he was in the NFL, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and then it just didn't work out for him, so he went into wrestling. Pivoting is very important. As an entrepreneur, you got to learn when to pivot. You got to, by the way, it's very weird too, right? Because it's not just pivoting. By the way, pivoting means, for example, you shift in whatever you actually want to achieve in life. But there's, for example, people that are smart at pivoting and people that are just quitters. So there's a big difference there. So you got to understand, when am I pivoting and when am I just quitting? It's a very crazy balance.
whatever, let's finish college, okay? So there was times when I remember after work, sometimes I would, and it would be on the weekend, I'll take the 2000 Honda Accord with 300,000 miles.
200, that's like the logo, man. That's
pick up my good friend Zeke, and we would go to the beach, Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, just vibe out, bro. And
I think the most important thing when you're at this level is just focusing on what the heck you want to do next. That's all it is, you know. A lot of times, for example, if you want to do something, doesn't work out, you pivot something else, right? But it's like, okay, what am I going to do? And just work towards that. Do all the research possible and just get to work towards that goal. That's really all you have to do at this level.
I would just always see exotic cars, you know, like that. And I always think to myself, like, man, someday I'm gonna have that opportunity to get that car, you know, have that car.
Materialistic mindsets are very helpful in human nature because it helps us push towards things that we want and to build things and to grow and all this stuff. It's good. It's good. Just make sure you buy these things after you're done with your whole, like, taking care of yourself first.
1 month before college graduation, I was like, I had to quit my job because I didn't want to work there anymore. I quit my job and I was like, you know what, it's time to graduate, and I guess let's figure out what I'm gonna do. So
what do you? I hate this mindset. I don't like this mindset. Erase this mindset, guys, okay? College is not a place where you go to figure stuff out. It's a place where you go to do what you figured out to do already. The first 2 years of college, you can kind of figure things out because basically it's just general education courses like psychology or basic stuff, like very basic stuff, okay? Just the general credits. But after that, it's time to pick things. You have 2 years to figure out exactly what you want to do initially. So there's no excuse after that, right? You got to know exactly what you want to do. You got to spend time knowing exactly what you want to do. Very important. That's why, you know, I would use the first 2 years of college to get a job under someone that I want to kind of be like, you know, whether if I want to be a trainer, I would be on Planet Fitness or whatever it is, right? But if I want to be, for example, an accountant, I'm trying to get a job as an internship working over there or whatever. If I need money, when I'm done there, I go somewhere else and I work for some money. But when you're in college, you got to keep your expenses very, very low because all you're doing is putting in a lot of time to get something later.
I graduated college, and at the same time I was dating this girl who was still talking to her ex, still hooking up with her ex. Crazy. I was young, I was in this position. I was trying to figure out, like, what is it that I have to do?
Pick relationships very, very well. I made some mistakes in college also, we all do. But hindsight is 20/20. If you're watching this video right here and you're about to go to college, be selective. You know, you can't pick your family, but you have to pick your friends, your romantic relationships, and everything else. Be selective.
Like, what is it that I can do to make money? So then I got introduced to being a car broker, selling cars. Basically, if you don't know what a car broker is, it's like a middleman. So for example, you call me as a customer, as an interested buyer, you tell me what car you want. I could get you any car that you want for a great deal. I deliver that car to your home with paperwork, and you don't pay a dime until you see your car in person.
Oh, look at that, car broker, guys. That's a great little side hustle. Because what I never thought about this like this, because he's using somebody else, but the way I always thought about this is basically where you eliminate the other person. So now it's just you. So you're going out there and you're buying the cars and so on, and then you're flipping it. But then you have limited inventory. It's not like this. He's going somewhere else, and then it's kind of like, I'm not sure if he's working with dealerships, and then he's like the broker. So he talks to a dealership, hey, I got this person wants a car. I want to split the profits, like that, right? That would be kind of like the broker situation here.
It was a simple process, and people loved it. Clients loved it. But this is pretty much what I was learning at the time, how to do this. This girl that I was dating.
That's sales. Pretty good. Sales.
Dating at the time got pregnant.
What?
I wasn't too sure if it was mine because she was still talking to her ex.
Bro, that's crazy, man. Get the heck away from people like that, man. Run away. If you're with someone and you're not sure if that person is get a run.
She's still hooking up with her ex, and I was in this position, and it got me even more and more stressed.
I would be stressed as heck
both
too.
living at my mom's house in Fresno.
Bro, this is the thing, man. You gotta go things step by step, man. I'm telling you, this is a great story of hardship, but it's a lot of messing up mistakes, man. So if you're not here, avoid this stuff. You know, I'm not moving no girl into my mom's house. I'm not moving no girl into my apartment until we're married. None of that stuff, man. Stay away from this stuff.
It was not enjoyable, bro. It was the most stressful time of my life.
And this girl living with your moms and you don't know if she's cheating on you. Sorry, can't curse here. It's ridiculous.
I just graduated college. I was a young kid, didn't have any money, was learning a new business, still had the 2000 Honda Accord. As I'm learning
with 300,000 miles. He forgot to mention the miles.
In this job and starting adulthood, building my clientele from zero. She gets a miscarriage 7 weeks in. At this time, I had no emotional connection to this situation. So because I didn't know if the baby was mine, you know, after she got the miscarriage, I kind of just cut ties, bro. And we just kind of went our separate ways because I can't be in that position that young dealing with like that, bro. That's toxic as anyway.
Well said. Well said. And this may seem harsh, what he said, and beep the heck out of this guy, man. He's talking a lot of bad words. It may seem tough, but it is true. You know, you shouldn't be in that position that early on. Like, your 20s is about not finding yourself. It's about building something, right? And if you're building something with your wife, that's fine. You could be 20, get married, 19, get married, that's fine. But like with this person that you don't know really what's gonna happen here, and you're not being safe, you know what I mean? Like the balloon, you gotta prioritize.
Building my clientele as a car broker, and I am grinding, bro. I am hustling.
It's a very strange clientele, right, as a car broker, because it's like a lot of your clients are one-time customers, right, until they're not, until they need like another car, or for example, they're referring you to multiple people and so on. It's a very interesting. It's very hard. It's a very, how do I say this? It's not that easy when it comes to this part of sales, right? Because it's more like I sell you a car, I won't see you for a long time, obviously. So can you recommend somebody else that might need a car, or you hear about somebody? You know, you gotta be a great personality and offer great deals so people think about you whenever somebody else asks them about a car.
On the phone every day, no set schedule. I'm on the phone, I'm answering emails on the weekends. If I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm answering the phone. I gotta get to a computer. I'm always closing deals. I really didn't have the freedom to just like hang out and chill out. You feel me? And relax.
Which is fine initially. And you can learn how to, there's a book, it's called Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. And it talks about a lot of the times when it comes to sales jobs, there are certain periods and certain times where it's more efficient to actually call people, where they're actually available. So that way you're not calling all throughout the day, because it makes no sense. In the mornings, people are not going to answer you. And what, you know, in the afternoons when they're at lunch and stuff like that, they'll probably answer you. And later when they get home, they'll probably answer you too. So you don't have to be working 12, 14-hour days. It's about being efficient.
I was always constantly working 24/7 to the point where I really built my clientele from 1 to like 400 or 500 clients. Every time I would sell
that's 500 cars that you sold so far.
a car, I would take a picture with the client next to their car.
Nice. Nice. Look at that. BMW M3. I just found out today that this little M makes the car very expensive. You know, they're not cheap.
Tagged them on IG, and this is how my clientele was built.
Nice,
got really
nice.
good at selling cars and becoming an auto broker.
Nice. Very good job,
Finally
bro.
was developing a stream of revenue, which was really, really good money because I was just like
What was he doing with that money?
grinding. And then I finally had enough money to buy a motorcycle, something that
What is going on here, man? You know, people buy these craziest things ever, man. I finally bought a motorcycle. Stop this stuff, man. Listen, man, I remember this book. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. And he said, if you make money, those are your earnings. If you spend that money, you're stupid because you're not giving your earnings a chance to actually make money. If you make money, your earnings, you invest that money, and then your earnings make money, don't spend that money. Let those earnings also keep making you more and more money. And then eventually you reach this category where your earnings money is making more money. And now you can kind of spend that money because there's so much money to the point where it doesn't matter what you buy. But initially don't buy this nonsense. Don't do this.
always wanted.
Because I don't see a motorcycle. I see like 2,000 hours of this guy's time in this motorcycle nonsense.
I would see these YouTubers, these motovloggers post videos with their motorcycles and commentating and all that. And I always thought to myself, I could do that. I could be more entertaining. I could bring more to the table. Had enough money to buy a motorcycle from selling cars, bought a helmet, got a GoPro, got a mic, and then I started making videos for fun, had no expectations.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I remember I had like 10 followers, 10 subscribers.
It's part of the game.
And the first video I posted was horrible. I sent it to
All of our first videos are horrible. This is what I want people to understand, okay? Your first videos are going to be trash. If it's not trash, that means you're not evolving and you're not growing. It's just how it is.
like 30 of my friends, family and friends, and tell me why only 3 people watch my video. But it's all good, it's life. Can't make somebody watch something that they don't want to watch, you know? I would work all day, and whatever hours I had left, I would shoot videos with a motorcycle, with my friend.
If you want to do some stuff like this, a lot of the times, if you want to build like a legit channel, legit business around something, right? A lot of the times, what I would do is basically, a great way to do this, honestly, would be just to go to dealerships and ask them to borrow their motorcycle, but to shoot, for example, free footage and free pictures and everything for all the cars in their inventory, and to actually promote them and stuff like that, right? Because if you're coming in with a camera and all this stuff and gear, you're able to shoot photos to actually help me with my sales and stuff. I will lend you this motorcycle just for a test drive or whatever. I'll follow you around, of course, take a picture of you and your ID so you don't steal my stuff. But it's a great way to actually do this without having to buy this asset. If you want to buy it though and you already own it, you can start a company with it and just like write it off or whatever.
Friends at the time, and then I would just have fun with it, have no expectations at all. And then one thing led to another. The videos just started gaining traction. One video would get 3K views, another video would get 7K views.
Nice.
20K views, and all of a sudden,
it's a community, man. Look at all these people. It is a whole community, man. I know these people are serious about their business, man. You have the motorcycle people, you have the Harley people. It's a lot. So it's a big community.
I got my first paycheck from YouTube, and it was like $850, and I was like,
that's nice.
That's nice. Like, I could use this, but can I do it full time? No, and I started YouTube 2016, by the way.
2016. Nice. That was 5 years
You
ago.
guys are curious, late 2016. So then I continued.
By the way, remember, right? 2016, that's 5 years later. Now he's getting into like the I don't know the whole story here, but the Lambos and stuff like that.
Making videos for fun, still selling cars, still.
I think it's very important you guys hear this, right? Making videos for fun and all this stuff, right? The people that usually want to use YouTube just for money usually don't make it. It starts off, for example, just having fun and doing things, for example, in a fun way. And the relevance is that it's basically that you're able to continue doing something without seeing any money, right? And building something like that, because YouTube is very risky. So as long as you have that mentality of like, I have fun doing this stuff, and you pick something you actually like, it'll be easier to wait until it actually pops off. But if all you want is money, you'll quit before you ever see money, because it's just like, you're not gonna get anything.
Working as a car broker full time. Well, the end of 2016, I gained 50,000 followers.
Nice.
And then 2017 in the summer, I gain 100,000 followers.
Nice. And by the way, it just becomes easier and easier and easier. Like the more followers you gain, the faster it grows and grows and grows. There is a slope you can actually reach though, until like you kind of like start to plateau and so on. But potentially if you pivot here and there, you can start growing and growing and growing.
Got my plaque, kept making videos, kept working full-time as a car broker. One thing led to another, bro. My YouTube just kept growing and growing, and I transitioned from motorcycles to like trolling, to pranks, to vlogs, to just
I'm so happy. I used to do like skits and challenges. You guys don't know about that stuff, but I'm glad it didn't work out for me, man, because it was going against my personality a lot of the times. I did not want to do those things, you know what I mean? So I'm happy it didn't work out. You know, often what you want in life, sometimes it does work out and it's not what you want. So be careful, right? Pick something you actually like and are passionate about, like finance and money and advice like this stuff. I enjoy this a lot.
Posting whatever I want. In 2018, finally I was able to quit selling cars because it just wasn't my passion. I just love creating videos. I love
2018, that's what, like 2 years later.
Entertaining. I love bringing value to people. I just love just creating, bro, like just creating. Let me just backtrack just a little bit. I'm getting too ahead of myself. The first year I started selling cars, before I got the motorcycle, I was able to get my first new car, which is
a terrible investment, right? This guy's buying a lot of liabilities, man. I don't like this, you know? I don't like this.
It's a 3 Series, 320i BMW. Getting this brand new car by myself, brand new BMW. I know it's nothing special, but the 320i, just sitting in it was euphoric. Was the most euphoric feeling ever because it was like a stepping stone. It was like, wow.
You gotta stop leveling yourself up based on liabilities. It's a very bad concept. I think, what is my stepping stone? I don't know. My stepping stone is more like just helping people, honestly. It sounds very corny, right? But it is, like just helping people and just get into like financial freedom. That's really what my stepping stone actually is, like getting closer to it and closer to it.
I did this. This is my car. This is my brand new car. And then in a couple years, I upgraded to a Grand Coupe Beamer, which I absolutely loved. And then during 2018, now we're back on track. I was able to obtain a 2018 BMW M4. Always wanted one.
Oh my gosh, all these liabilities.
Always wanted one, but it was that you.
By the way, this guy is like, remember guys, okay, this is all, by the way, he's probably getting a deal on it or whatever, but this is all over, for example, like a period of like 5 years, right? Like one car can last, but then again, this is like his persona and like his brand that he's also building. It's hard to say. It's hard to say how this stuff works, man, because you could say like, oh, but this BMW is a part of my brand because I need to look a certain way for my subscribers, for my brand or whatever. But then it could just mean like an excuse for you to buy stuff you don't need, honestly, right? So it's like this very interesting balance, right?
YouTube money, man. It was that sponsored money, and it was also a little bit of me selling cars because I'm very good at saving my money. So 2018, good. You know, I quit selling.
Remember, right? Saving money is great. Investing money and getting more money is what's better, right? That's what you want.
Cars, and I started doing YouTube full time, and then 2019, I kept doing my YouTube stuff. Worked out really well. Gained 1 million subscribers through my
congratulations.
My 1 million subscriber celebration party. Was able to.
That is awesome. Look at that. That's awesome. He brought up all his fans and stuff like that, like the core. Oh my, this is awesome. I would love to do something
to like obtain a 2016 Lamborghini Huracan.
Oh, this is where the Huracan thing came. At least he bought an old one, right? This is good. He bought a 2016 one. So that means this is 2019. So the car is 3 years old. But now it's 2020. I don't know if it's the same car. The thing about these luxury vehicles, guys, is that they have a depreciation curve, right? It's not like the average vehicle where after like 5 years, like they're just like how does it work? Okay, you have a car, right? For the first, this is the price of the car here. For the first 5 years, it kind of goes like this, right? But then on certain cars, it goes like this. It just keeps going down and down and down. But certain times, for example, in luxury vehicles, the depreciation line is more like this and then like this. It kind of like slows down depreciation by a lot because it kind of like holds its value after a certain point.
The yellow one.
But it's not increasing in value. It is not an asset. Do not confuse that.
From YouTube, from Google AdSense, from my brand deals. Literally a year later, I was able to get this right here. This beauty right here. It's amazing. It's amazing, honestly, because I remember.
Oh, so I'm seeing. So I hope this guy has a house, man, or something, like things that are paid off, man. I hate this idea. You know why? Because I remember watching like on FouseyTube and a lot of my favorite creators ever, and they would buy all these things and all this stuff, and then before you know, and paying like extreme rents for apartments. I think Fousey was paying like $10,000, $14,000 for an apartment, bro. And then when things just went bad, horrible, boom, lost almost everything, had to go live with his parents again. That's not what you want for yourself. Be very careful with this stuff, man. Handle business first. Like, yes, I don't want a Lambo. I can't say I want a Lambo, but I want a fancy car. Like, I would love like a Kia GT2 Sprinter or Spring, whatever it is, for like $50,000, $60,000. But can I buy that for cash? Yes, I can. Should I buy it? No. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's the thing. I want to buy my home first, pay that off first, have my security, emergency fund, have my investments keep growing, and then have my investments buy me those liabilities.
Being a broke college kid, working at Planet Fitness full-time, going to school full-time, graduated with a bachelor's of science in food science and nutrition. Never used that degree till this day. Learn how to...
I graduated with a bachelor's in accounting, and I only used accounting for my personal business. I never actually worked for anybody. I did not want to get trapped. And again, guys, I've made mistakes also. And that's why I can tell you, don't do that shush stuff. You know what I mean? It's a very bad idea.
Sell cars, grinded, built my clientele, made money doing that. And it was a gateway for me to buy a motorcycle and start YouTube and just like be in this position that I'm in right now. I'm nowhere near where I need to be. I'm still learning. I'm still growing.
But Tommy, the motorcycle led him to make all this money. Who's to say that? You know, who's to say that this guy wouldn't have done it in a different way? You know what I mean? It's hard to tell. But what I'm saying is be careful based on your milestones in life on numbers and also, for example, liabilities. Very strange.
Evolving every day. There's so many more opportunities for me. I'm always trying to get better.
That's awesome. That's a great feature.
Always trying to do more in this life. And the thing is, you won't get anything in...
Do less. Do less. I've learned that less is more.
In this life.
Not my opinion. It comes from Tim Ferriss. That's 10 times richer than both of us. It comes from I think is Dan Hardy. It comes from a lot of people that came before us. It comes from Warren Buffett. Sometimes less is more.
You don't put yourself out there. Every opportunity we get, there's a gateway, an opportunity that leads you somewhere else.
That's very true. Very true. Take opportunities, but also be careful with opportunities, because a lot of the times when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Saying yes to Planet Fitness is saying no to making videos on YouTube. Does that make sense, guys? So just make sure, for example, when you say yes, it's towards what you actually wanted to do. You know, I remember saying yes to a lot of things that just made no sense because I just thought about, make me some money, do this, you know, but it makes no sense. Be careful, be careful.
Just like
your time is very valuable.
If I never...
But not initially, because initially it doesn't really cost you that much.
Sold cars, I would never have enough money to buy a motorcycle. You feel me? I would never have enough money to buy that camera equipment to start YouTube.
Nice, nice, nice. You see that? That I like. You know, that the camera equipment is more like an investment. But even at that level, it's more about, you know, you buy the good camera equipment, not like the crazy high-end camera equipment.
And then if I never started YouTube, I would never have the opportunity to buy something like this. So whatever you want in this life, it's obtainable. You really just have to force yourself. You really just have to force yourself. And
I think it's less about force and more about habits. You remember when your mom or your dad like forced you to brush your teeth, forced you to shower, and then before you know it, it was just like a habit, right? It's more about building very good habits.
Learn and grow and evolve and keep learning and putting yourself in these uncomfortable positions and have that no hezzy mentality, you know? This stuff does not happen by accident. I've worked for it. Not a lot.
Very well said. It has to be intentional.
A lot of people see the struggle from the beginning. Not a lot of people know what I'm going through. You just see like the entertainment. That's all you guys see, but
tell them what's going on then. It's your audience.
Every
right?
content creator in this platform, YouTube or whatever, like whatever field you work at, man, it's hard work, you know?
Yeah, it definitely is, man. It definitely is.
And I always think of, you know, you got to work hard and you got to work.
You guys remember when people used to say like, oh, it's not a real job. You know, teachers need to get paid equal or whatever. But you put, for example, someone that doesn't know anything about YouTube, talk to a YouTuber, and you realize that a YouTuber is somebody that's literally a videographer, an editor, a marketing expert, their own like accountants a lot of the times, their own financial advisors. It's a lot of little like things that come into play with this one thing, right? It's not as easy as it is, but just because it's not that easy doesn't mean you shouldn't go for it. You know, do research and learn about it, obviously. All right, guys, so I think this is the end of the video. I think the rest of this video is more about motivation. If you guys want to check out this guy, go check him out. It sounds, I can't say go check him out. I say go check out this video. I don't know about the rest of his channel. I don't know what he does, you know, and all this other stuff, because you never really know people. But from what I saw right here, the guy seems like a very cool guy, hard worker, has a mission in mind, has his ways to give him check. It's like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's by himself like a Rolex every time he does something crazy. It's cool, you know, but just make sure, for example, you're financially free before you start doing all this other stuff, you know. A lot of the times, you know, the ultra rich are able to do these things, you know. Is this guy ultra rich? Most likely he's not. I'm just gonna be honest. Ultra rich means, for example, making well over $10 million per year. You know, that's like ultra rich, like where you can do things and everything's gonna be fine no matter what. But at a certain level, you gotta make sure you handle your core responsibilities first. Am I debt free? Do I have a personal house that's actually paid off? Do I have an emergency fund? And then everything else you actually want to buy, you can go keep buying it, as long as you keep investing also at the same time. That way it grows and grows. Because if one day, for example, God forbid, right? Let's say, for example, I think his name is SnewJ. Let's say, for example, maybe he breaks a leg, or crazy accident happens, or YouTube shuts down, or he gets canceled. What happens after that, right? It's about making sure that you're safe no matter what, literally. Your brand doesn't work, YouTube doesn't work, you're safe no matter what. That's what's really important. I'll see you guys next time. I like this video a lot. I loved it a lot so much. And it gave me a chance to kind of like correct certain things as far as like when you're in college, how you do certain things, and making sure you do things correctly. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. On top, I also destroy the like button. I said that twice already, I think so. But follow me on Instagram, Bryson. If you want to call me on my third channel. The link is down below. It's called Ask Tommy Bryson. The link is down below. If you want to watch more content like this, here's another video right here. Click my face right here. And as always, peace.